Alright, Miss Mur, round 2. We've got Feet Stitchers, unfortunately. Don't ever say that. um, the only way we can really get rid of these are Dax. We have 3 Dax and 3 Ascendancies that can pitch these. I think it's like you can probably free gush. Probably not a keepable hand. I'm gonna try it. It's like a Moldify, but it's a pretty good Moldify. 4 lands and a spell. And Fast Bond? Fast Bond's fine, sure. I was thinking maybe we should play Faithful Suiting in this deck, but then Faithful Suiting, it doesn't actually give you any cards when you're comboing off, which is a problem. Nice. I think we're going to keep both of these. I don't know what our opponent's playing, but I don't know if I want to play that Pearl out either. I could probably have held the Pearl. But if our opponent's on shops, they'll probably... Yeah, I think this Pearl's better off being held. Oh no. We've played against a lot of Black Lotus today. Oh no. Oh, alright, well we did. That's nice. PO for 3? Seems reasonable. Oh man, Vintage is not been. I've not had a great time today. No, go the other way. Restrict everything. Vintage Singleton. I think we should concede. I don't want to show him Jeskai Ascendancy. We're doing it though. Does it resolve? I'm aware. Thought you always want to concede, Matt. I'm confused. We kind of get to go off next turn, though, so it's probably fine. That's your thing? Am I encroaching on your thing? Are you gonna stream later, Matt? Make sure I throw people over to you. It's probably my last league. I want to do other things with my Sunday. I got to play Vintage yesterday in paper, so that was pretty fun. It's gonna be Demonic Tutor. Oh, just Nice Whisper. Okay. That's fair. I don't know how much you've been streaming recently, so. What's up, Raiden? I should really practice for next weekend. I don't know. For a Daze? Not really a Daze deck. You kind of want Daze in your tempo deck. Gabos went horribly rated. Gabos was just like... wasn't good. I also played badly. It was really hard to figure out. Kept getting locked under my own recruiters. Why is it bad? You can think of why it's bad. Like, am I just gonna get minus desired here or something? We didn't go 0-3. We went 1-4, Chubby. Well, you can go back and watch the VODs, man. If it's a will, we're very dead, right? Yeah, it's a will. Seems like a good draw. Well, go back and watch the VODs later and you can see why Goblins was bad. It turns out you can't interact with Pio and they kill you. The only thing we beat was blue-white bears. We did beat blue-white bears. We lackied in a siege gang commander on turn 2, and it was lit. I'm just let our opponent go. Hope they're having fun. Did we just get a turn? Why do we have a turn? Did our opponent mystical for Night's Whisper? Why wouldn't they mystical for Force of Will? I'm confused. Why do we have a turn? Did our opponent cast Ancestral? Why would they wait until after I looted to Force of Will? I'm so confused. So if we Fate Stitcher here, we don't have any draw spells right now. All we have is a mystical. So we would have to loot into a draw spell. But we get to do a Fate Stitcher again next turn, so it's probably worth it. Why is this a May? Show me what you got. Sure. I guess that's why they're not killing us, because they put cards like Mental Misstep in their deck instead. That's not a draw spell. Alright, I'm going to save that other Fate Stitcher for next turn. Yeah, that's why we didn't die. They have Mental Misstep in their deck. I mean, they still have Ancestral in their hand, so I still don't think we're gonna get another turn, but one can only hope, right? So next turn we get a Fate Stitcher. We have exactly 8 mana to dig through time. I mean, I assume we're gonna die to Ancestral, I would hope, but maybe not. They just activated their Tolarian for 2 mana. I guess we could just get our dig through time forced again. I really don't know what's going on the other side of the battlefield, so kind of just doing my own thing. If we draw a cantrip, we can go Young Pyromancer, Fate Stitcher. Hey Matt, I don't know if you've played any lists like this recently. Do you find like you kind of want more ways to get Time Walk, or like try to figure out how to get like your Time Walk? Because like you can go off with your Pyromancer, but you need to make sure you Time Walk, right? Any thoughts on that? Or like played more Time Walks or something? I don't know. What is happening? How many Night's Whispers has our opponent cast? 3? A lot of Night's Whispers. Just don't know why we're not dead. That's a good one. Joe likes it, and Steve. Oh, okay. Let's do what I said I was gonna do before. I put the mystical in because I wanted more ways to get time walk. I didn't know if there were other options that were better than that either. Hopefully, this got forced. I hope we hit a 1-mana cantrip. There's really not very many 1-mana cantrips, unfortunately. I mean, we have like a good amount of them, but not enough. All right. Yes. That's a good one. I believe that's a 1-mana cantrip. Can you play black in this deck? This thing costs 3 colors of mana, though, right? We still have another land drop. Oh, you no, no, not like this. Has another misstep. Ugh. Ooh, Manamorphose sounds interesting. I don't hate that idea. They have another force? Alright. I tried my best here, but our opponent just has all counter spells in their PO deck. Gitaxian Probe is restricted in Vintage Varchild, but we do have the one Gitaxian Probe in here. Alright, well, my Face Stitcher turn got killed. Unfortunate. Wait, if I had... How does Unearth work? Oh yeah, the same way. Don't free probe. Well, if we draw Lightning Bolt, it kills them. Two missteps in PO is, like, insane to me. Did you have your last card's another PO? After pitching a PO to force? Wow. This is, super sad. It's not lethal yet. So he has another spell? He could hit 2 bricks, I guess. Alright. Wow. Well, that was disappointing. I actually thought we had a chance there for some reason. But the reason our opponent didn't combo off and kill us was because they had all counter magic in their hand. Let's bring in some counter magic. Take out swords. I don't think we're going to get Blightsteeled, so... We have Dak Cratons anyways. Take out some removal and put in counter magic. We could also put in this Wear Tear. Probably better than Mystical. Our opponent's playing... I guess it could be better than... Oh, I like having bolts. I need Goblin Sharpshooter. Not this time. We had one Goblin Sharpshooter in the main deck of our food chain list, though. But then I realized Sharpshooter is just way worse than Chain Whirler. Should have definitely had a Chain Whirler instead. You could put a Slice and Dice in here. That's what everyone's playing nowadays. That's the tech. Slice and Dice. So many young Pyromancer decks running around. Also decent versus shops. Now we have like Dredge hate, shops hate, 1/1s hate, and counter magic. Ascendancy is a dope card for sure. Yeah, this looks reasonable to me, sure. For getting PO'd on turn 1, that was a pretty close game. Gonna leave with Preordain here. We want to use the fetch land in the brainstorm maybe, or now we can use I want a Sapphire. Not 100% sure I want a Sapphire. I wanted to be able to use the fetch land and brainstorm. Sapphire doesn't exactly help me on that path. But it is accelerated mana. I think we might want it. I'm not 100% sure though. We could always draw another fetch land too. I'm pretty sure we just want to slam this Pyromancer next turn no matter what. Need to get a clock on. PO. Can't really sit around and do nothing for very long. Won't counter a Preordain, but I will probably counter most of the other 1-drops. Yeah. Down to misstep that. I'm not going to brainstorm response, so I might as well play full cost here. I'm just going to F6. Okay. Opal, sure. Huh, the other off-color box. 4X. There are tutors. Okay, I'm just going to get this Pyromancer in play. It is a little sad that I don't get to do fetch land brainstorm stuff, but we can see if we can't do it next turn. Maybe we can draw into a fetch land. We kind of want to put away this Fate Stitcher and this Pearl. Possible. It's possible I should have just brainstormed anyways with regards to not even having a Pyromancer. Probably fine. Sapphire is a good draw. Another Academy. Our clock is really slow and we don't really have any permission right now, fortunately. It's a big yikes. They have a lot of mana now. We might have to brainstorm into a Force of Will. Oh, they don't have a PO. That's good for us. Yo! Thank you, Mr. Nassif. Much appreciated. Welcome, everyone from Yellow Hatch channel. My name is Justin. I'm actually level 1, and I play Vintage. Currently, we're just hanging out, playing some Vintage leagues. Playing a Jeskai Ascendancy deck. You can check out the deck list using the Cardboard Live application in the right-hand side. But we're currently 0-1 in a league, and we're 1 game down right now against Pio. Or maybe this is the first game against Pio. No, we're 1 game down versus Pio. That's an interesting draw. It's not a bad draw here. Let's go in. Red, blue, white, Jeskai Ascendancy. No, hardcast Force of Will. So we spin and we force this. Not ideal. Yo, Kanaksai. Thank you for gifting the Sif a sub. He is, of course, a very powerful wizard. I don't know about this brainstorm here. I mean, we were thinking about brainstorming anyways, so we might as well give ourselves the most options, right? This could get misstepped. This could get flusterstormed. Those are interesting Magic cards, huh? I really wish we had an Ascendancy here. So we still have a land drop, so we can still cast Ancestral. I'm wondering if we're supposed to cast Ancestral, though. We might just want to preordain and get this Fate Stitcher out of here. So we're going to be exposed one turn against PO, basically. And if they kill us, they kill us. Not really much we could have done about it. Even if we had kept Ancestral, we still would only know... we already know the top 2 cards, so the 3rd card down would have to be a PO, something like that. So, for those who don't know, our opponent's playing Paradoxical Outcome, which is one of the more powerful combo decks in Vintage. It basically plays a bunch of Moxen and the card Paradoxical Outcome. You probably know it from Kaladesh Standard. Basically, Moxen make it so your Paradoxical Outcome doesn't cost mana. It basically starts producing mana for you at some point. And so you're just picking up 4 Moxen, drawing 4 cards, playing all your Moxen, picking up 4 Moxen. And it kind of goes off until your opponent decides to kill you with Monastery Mentor, Tendrils of Agony, Time Vault Key, all kinds of powerful Vintage plays. Hope our opponent's not killing us. That would make me sad. But it certainly looks like that's what's happening. Oh, look at that! We could not dodge PO off the top, apparently. So, boom. Noble Helium, thanks for the follow. Yeah, if you guys are interested in Vintage, for free, not for free, but for free, take a look at the channel, give it a follow. If you see there's a YouTube link down below, all of my streams go up on YouTube after I finish, and so you can watch. There's 50 leagues of Vintage and 18 challenges up on YouTube right now. So if you're interested in learning how to play Vintage, how to play a deck like Paradoxical Outcome, check out the YouTube channel for sure. And we're going to keep playing this for today. I typically stream weeknights 7-10 p.m. and I stream challenges, which is Saturdays at 1 p.m. I will be streaming the Vintage format playoffs, which will be next Saturday at 1 p.m. I'm sure Nassif will be there, seeing as he earned his way quite spectacularly with 35 play points back-to-back. Not play points, format points, I believe they're called. So our opponent got to cast Paradoxical Outcome. They only cast Paradoxical for 4, so it's not 100% sure that our opponent is going to win. But unfortunately, not looking good for us. So Merchant Scroll, search for a blue instant. They get to go search for another Paradoxical Outcome. They have the mana to cast it, so they get to return 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards, draw 5 cards, pick up all their mana, replay all their mana, reset their mana. It ends up... Why did they use Tolarian? I wouldn't have used Tolarian there. I think you want to save your Tolarian so that it can make the most mana, but it looks like we're going to die, but I'm going to let you guys see it. If this deck up top interests you, that's actually the deck that we normally play on stream. It's the one I'm kind of known to play. And so there's plenty of odds of that deck. And it's a really cool one. Our deck's a little sweeter, but it's a little bit more on the brewy side for funsies. PAX is the same time as the Vintage Finals. Oh, that's unfortunate. That's true. That's 100% true, Portable Head. What's that called? The Mythic Invitational next weekend. So that's unfortunate. But, I mean, he can play in the next one. There'll be 4 quarterlies, so that's good. That's good for me, because the times I've played Nassif, I have not won yet, so... Alright, so our opponent basically was able to use Demonic Tutor to find Time Vault Voltaic Key. Voltaic Key gets around the problem that Time Vault will not untap, and basically you just tap and take an extra turn until I die. So our opponent is going to take extra turns until they find a Monastery Mentor, and then they'll kill us with the Monastery Mentor. And we don't need to see that, so we're going to concede and try to get to another match.